Hello and welcome Yu-Gi-Oh fans to the Ojama Duo Yugioh Channel. It's Peanut here again, bringing you another deck profile today. This one is a super fun one and can remain fairly competitive. And today we're doing Super Quant Volcanic. So volcanic monsters in combination with the super quantums, they do tend to complement each other really well. There are a number of combinations that you can use in this deck to capitalize on field presence and advantage over your opponent. And there are certain ways in this deck where you can make your resources pretty much completely recyclable by using blue layer and roll Firestorm guards, etc. And as I said before, it is just really fun to play, and it doesn't get boring very quickly either. So the volcanic monsters, great utility, some search, some field clearance, some draw power, and then the super quant monsters generate advantage, field presence, extra monsters, XYZ plays, and super quants. You know, a lot of people, including myself, quite affectionately refer to them as the Power Rangers, because that's sort of what they are. So what we'll be doing in a second, guys, we're going to get into the deck list. Just before I do that, if you do like the video today, please hit that like button for us. Again, we appreciate any support you guys give to us. I'm going to set a small like goal on this video of 5 likes, so if you can help me attain that goal, that would be absolutely amazing. And also, if you've seen any of our videos before, or you wish to see more content from myself and the Ojama Duo Yugioh channel, then consider subscribing to us. You can do that either by clicking the subscribe button below, or wait until the end and clicking the Ojama Duo circle at the end of the video. So that's just so we can keep bringing you more videos, more content, more deck profiles, any of your requested videos and stuff as well. Again, guys, we're here for you. We're just trying to grow this little community that we've got. So without further ado then, everybody, let's get into the deck list. So we're going to start with spell cards. We're running 2 emergency teleport. That's the target for blue layer. We're using 1 foolish burial, 2 instant fusion. We do have 3 instant fusion targets, but you're not going to need to use all of them every game. 1 for 1, 1 Regeki, 2 super Quantal mech ship, Magna carrier. So we're playing 2 field cards and 2 terraforming. This basically allows you to you discard a card. You can XYZ one of your super quant monsters out using 1 material, obviously with the relevant colour, green to green, blue to blue, red to red. So absolutely fantastic in that way. And then when you've got either all 3 of red, blue and yellow XYZ either on the field or in your graveyard, you can send that card to the graveyard with the other cards to attach all the sent XYZ monsters and their materials under Great Magnus, and that thing's an absolute beast. I'll get to that when we get to the extra deck. So yeah, 2 terraforming, 3 twin twister. So this deck does suffer a little bit in terms of facing up back row, so it's good just to clear all that out, and you can generate advantage quite easily as well, so discarding the odd card's not going to kill you. We're playing 3 Blaze Accelerator Reload, some draw power in there. You can send a volcanic card from your hand to the graveyard, except volcanic eruption. If you do draw 1 card, you can only use this effective Blaze Accelerator Reload once per turn, and then during either player's main phase you can banish this card from your graveyard to send 1 volcanic card from your deck to your graveyard, except volcanic eruption. So that's great, because in either player's main phase, if all 3 are in your deck, you can send Scattershot, and then you can activate Scattershot's effect to send the other 2. Which will destroy all monsters on your opponent's side of the field, then inflict 500 damage for each scattershot sent, which again is fantastic. A Regeki in your opponent's turn is nothing to be sniffed at, really. Okay, so 3 Blaze Accelerator Reload, 1 Solemn Warning, just summon negation, standard, it's a great trap card, and Vanity's Emptiness. So when you've set up some of your plays and you just want that extra bit to lock your opponent out, Vanity's Emptiness is good. We're not really playing a lot of traps in here. Main focus is getting on the monster, getting the monster combinations off, and playing too many traps in this format and have a deck of this kind can be a little bit bricky. If you're playing pure volcanic builds, you can get around that a little bit by running a lot of continuous traps along with magic planter, etc, and I'll do a build for that at some point as well. Monsters then, playing 2 Royal Firestorm guards, which will target 4 pyro type monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 4 into your deck and then draw 2 cards. So that's recycling of your volcanic monsters, and then extra draw power. And we're playing 3 Super Quantal Fairy Alphan. So once per turn you can target 1 Super Quant monster you control. All face-up monsters you currently control become that monster's level, which is great for XYZs. And then the other effect, you contribute this card, reveal 3 Super Quant monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for you to special summon to your side of the field, and the rest go to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. So all Super Quant monsters, blue, green and red, all have effects of when they're summoned and effects that activate when they're in the graveyard. So you're never really losing anything no matter what you hit with this. It gets those plays going and really sort of opens up your advantage. If you open with this card, absolutely fantastic. You probably want to see it as early as you can, just to get the ball rolling nice and early. So 2 blue layer. This is probably MVP in terms of gets your searchers and helps fill the gaps in your plays. So when it's normal summoned or special summoned, add 1 Super Quant card from your deck to your hand except blue layer. So you can add the field card with this as well, which makes it great. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 Super Quant cards again in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck. So again, just a bit of recyclability. 2 green layer. So if this card's normal summoned or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Super Quant monster from your hand. And if this card's sent to the graveyard, you can discard a Super Quant monster. Super Quant cards are in that monster. Draw 1 card. Yeah. And then red layer, again great effects for red layer. So if you control no monsters, you can special summon it from your hand. You can only use each of the effects of red layer once per turn. So when you normal summon or special summon it, target 1 Super Quant monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. And if this card's sent to the graveyard, target 1 Super Quant monster in your graveyard except red layer, special summon it. Its effects are negated. So again, great. Good for getting into XYZ players, good for extending further XYZ players by XYZing with it, detaching it, special summoning another one back using the field card to make another XYZ monster. Absolutely brilliant in that way. We're playing triple volcanic rocket, so we want to get to that blaze accelerator reload as quickly as possible. So when it's normal summoned, when it's summoned, add 1 blaze accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So even if it's in your graveyard, you can add it back to your hand. Again, potentially more discard for the late game and stuff as well. 3 volcanic scattershot, as I explained before. If it's sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by the effect of a blaze accelerator card, you can send 2 volcanic scattershots from your hand or deck to the graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So again, and combined with the effect of that, it makes it so you can do it in your opponent's turn as well if you're banishing that from the graveyard. So fantastic in that way. And then another one of the unsung heroes of the deck, of Volcanic Shell. So you discard for the field card, you discard for Twin Twister, you discard for Reload, all this sort of stuff. Discard for 1/1. Once per turn you can pay 500 life points, add 1 Volcanic Shell from your deck to your hand. And this card must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. So again, just adding extra discard fodder to your hand quite a lot is going to be really helpful in that respect. Always gives you something to discard. You're not losing any advantage through other cards you could potentially use if you've got this to recycle. And then let's say you've not used your normal summon because you've emergency teleported, you just summon Firestorm guards, shuffle all them back away and draw 2 more cards. It's a win-win basically. Right, extra deck then. Firstly, I'll touch on the side deck actually. So this is a rough side deck of what I would use. Depending upon what you play against or what you see most frequently in ranked or whatever it might be, you can adjust this. Having some effect negation in the side deck I find is quite helpful, and some basically some stuff to counteract people's massive special summons. And bit of, like I said, bit of effect negation, bit more defense for those things that just try and roll over everything. Only if you're playing match games, I guess. But again, completely subject to your interpretation. Right, so extra deck. So we're playing 3 fusions, which are the instant fusion targets. I've chosen Cherubin the Fire Knight as the level 3. So easy to go into rank 3s. It's a pyro monster, so it is a potential Royal Firestorm guards target as well. Level 4 is Elder Entity Norden, obvious reasons. Easy into rank 4s. Panzer Dragon, for going into rank 5s, and also sometimes if you can't go into rank 5s and it's just a really last ditch play, you can just instant fusion, let this die and then blow up a card with its effect. So when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target one card on the field and destroy that target. Rank 4s then, XYZs. So we've gone for Abyss Dweller, great in a lot of situations and against a lot of decks. Quantal, spin stuff away every now and again. We're using one Guard Dragon, the Thunder Charger. This has got multiple uses. So we're using number 61 Volcasaurus as a rank 5. So you can detach a material from this card, target one face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. But this card cannot attack your opponent directly during the turn you activate this effect. So you can activate Volcasaurus effect and then overlay Guard Dragon the Thunder Charger on top of it, so it can attack in any circumstance. Also the same with the rank 5 Super Quant one. So unless it's got a material, it can't attack. So if you use the effect to blow something up, you can then overlay Guard Dragon the Thunder Charger over it and then just attack if you need to. So the green Super Quantal XYZ, Aeroboros, cannot attack unless it has an XYZ material, like the others. Once per turn you can detach a XYZ material from it and target one face-up monster, one other face-up monster, change it to the face-down defense position, and this effect can be activated during either player's turn if this card has Super Quantum Green Layer as an XYZ material. And then once per turn you can attach one Super Quantum monster from your hand or field to this card as an XYZ material. So good for flipping things down. Grand Pulse, one of the more popular ones, so can't attack unless it's got an XYZ material again. You can detach a material from this card, target one spell or trap card on the field and destroy it, and it can be activated in either player's turn if it's got blue layer as a material. And then once per turn you can attach one Super Quant monster from either your hand or field to this card as an XYZ material. And then, like I touched on that, can't attack unless it's got a material. During either player's turn, if this, so you can detach a material from this card, target a monster on the field and destroy it, and it can be activated during either player's turn if it's got red layer as a material. And then again, once per turn, you can attach a Super Quant monster from your field or your hand to it as a material. And then Superstar is Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus. This thing is just unbelievable. If you've got enough materials on it, it's just unreal. It's upsetting when it gets kaiju'd, but that's by the by. So if this card's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 3 Super Quantal Mech Beast XYZ monsters with different names from your graveyard. This card gains these effects based on the number of XYZ materials with different names attached to it. So 2 or more. Once per turn during either player's main phase, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, shuffle one card on the field into the deck, non-targeting, shuffle back into the deck. Ridiculous. 4 or more, it's unaffected by card effects except Super Quant cards. Again, ridiculous. And then 6 or more, your opponent can add cards from the deck to the hand by card effects. So yeah, it's an absolute beast. If you get this out, you're in a really good position. And it's a 3600 beta, so can't really complain on that. So just to sum it all up, guys, this doesn't necessarily run as fast as you might expect it to, but careful, considered, and well thought out plays are generally what lies in this deck's strengths. Sort of outwitting and outplaying your opponent and letting them overextend themselves or overplay certain hands in situations where you can just literally flatten it all out, get rid of it, and then start to capitalize, and they will not recover from that point. There are games where you will just literally plow through them and really quickly. However, this build in particular is not what it's designed to do. So there are certain elements of it that do take a little bit more thinking. However, I do find that fun. It's very engaging. There are quite a few different things you can do with the deck. I wouldn't ever suggest skimping on the spell and trap destruction. If you're playing matches against stuff like Blue Eyes and everything that don't play much back row, then by all means, you know, make the relevant adjustments. But what I would say is just try it out. Let us know what you think. As always, you know, that's what the comment section's for. We're always more than happy to hear from you all. But I've had loads and loads of fun with this deck. It's absolutely fantastic. And that's about it, guys, for this one. So I look forward to hearing from you in the meantime, and I'll see you on the next one. And during that time, if you want to like this video, comment to us, subscribe, share the video with your friends, you're more than welcome to. It's been a pleasure. Peanut out.